Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. Move out the way, I could do this all day. Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. I could do this all day. Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. I could do this all day. Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. Move out the way, cause I'm gon' slay. Chef up in the kitchen, flip this beat just like a pancake. You might just got that Rona, so it's no thanks to your handshake. You boys a joke, like the Aints and the Panthers. Or maybe Falcons, cause y'all ain't got no answers. Hit us talk down, that's non-stick. Like you walk the plank with an ankle brick. It's lights out, baby, you done burnt your wick. Need a pill and a nurse the way my flow so sick. Falling on you boys like time terrific. Xbox all day, my team so prolific. And there's plenty of room on the bandwagon. Been 18 years, y'all done broke the dragon. Buckle, lock, Locker room talk with Travis and Isaiah. If you come to troll, then you get snapped like a gator. Shout out pirates, shooters and them bandits. Then we come with facts and them haters can't stand it. Locker room talk with Travis and Isaiah. If you come to troll, then you get snapped like a gator. Shout out pirates, shooters and them bandits. Here we come with facts and them haters can't stand it. Locker room talk with Travis and Isaiah.
Good evening, good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you at. Welcome to another edition of Locker Room Talk with your host, Buckles Locker, aka Isaiah. You know, it's my real name. Shout out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits for joining this episode of Locker Room Talk. I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. Shouts out to everybody in the Bucks community across all social media platforms. Keep supporting the team, whether you like them or not, or whether you're here temporarily or you're here for long term, because there's a difference. We do have Buck fans that are here temporary. They're not really Bucks fans, but they are supporting the Bucks temporary. And shouts out to the people that's actually been around for a long time. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Tonight, we're going to bring some people on. I got my internet all fixed now, so I can do some StreamYard now. I can bring people on now. It won't be messed up. Stream will be a lot better. It won't be choppy and all over the place like it was before for the last couple times. That's why I haven't really done any StreamYards, because of the choppiness with the internet. So now I got that situated. We're going to get straight to it, folks. The Bucks get the victory 30-10 against the New York Giants. Overall team effort. The defense played very well. The passing game was consistent for the most part. The running game, I'm still going to keep pushing for that. The running game could be a lot better. Ronald Jones had a good touchdown run. Shouts out to Ronald Jones. Mike Evans had a couple good catches. Chris Godwin had a touchdown catch. Mike Evans had a touchdown catch. So, I would say I would give it a B+. It wasn't our best effort. Wasn't our best game. I mean, there were some areas that was a little choppy, but, it's just trying to get back into the winning ways that we're used to as a fan base and as a team. They needed the victory. They needed this. And it was a foregone conclusion that this was going to happen the way it happened. If anybody thought the Giants had a chance, shame on you. That organization is jacked up. They fired Jason Garrett. Somebody got to take the blame. Oh, it's not Daniel Jones. It's Jason Garrett. Oh, it's not Dave Gettleman. It's not Joe Judge. It's not Daniel Jones. It's Jason Garrett. Okay. Well, 1 down, 3 to go for that organization. They gotta wipe that. They gotta wipe that clean. Gettleman, Jones, and Judge gotta go. But anyway, back to the Bucks. Um, Tom had 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. Look at these stats here. 30 for 46, threw the ball 46 times. QBR 65, passer rating 87, which is around his average. QBR wise, top 5 QBR, I believe. 6.7 yards per catch. A lot of that. So those attempts were a lot of those attempts was kind of like running game, pretty much. It was like a quick wide receiver screen, whatever. But 46 attempts, it's quite a bit, you know. A lot of checkdowns. 2 touchdowns, an interception that was not his fault. Shame on you, Mike Evans. Leonard Fournette had 10 carries for 35 yards. Ronald Jones had 8 carries for 33, 4 yards a carry, and he had a touchdown. His longest run was 9 yards. So between the 2 running backs, which was I thought was the Bucs need to run the ball between 15 and 20 times a game. Between the 2 running backs, or actually 3 running backs, 21 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown. But overall, the Bucs ran the ball 27 times for 94 yards, 3.5 yards a carry. The longest run was 10 yards. So they ran the ball 27 times. Brady had a good scramble with a LFG first down run. You know, Keyshawn Vaughn had 3 carries for 4 yards. I'm on one of the sounds for Keyshawn Vaughn. Still don't understand that pick. You can't convince me that pick made any sense. But between the 2 running backs, the main running backs, 18 carries for 68 yards. Not bad. They could be better, though. But the Bucs defense did a hell of a job on the bottom shelf quarterback, Daniel Jones, which is expected against quarterbacks like that. 2 interceptions, QBR of 15, passer rating of 57, 23 for 39, 149 yards as a team, 167 yards, 4.4 yards per catch. So he wasn't even throwing the ball down the field. Yikes. He wasn't seeing the field well. Great job by Todd Bowles disguising that pass defense. Got to clean up some things, but overall we did good in the pass defense against bottom shelf quarterback. Saquon Barkley, 6 carries for 25 yards. I don't think the Giants should give him pick up his option, his 5th-year option. I think they should just let him ride out to the sunset. Too injury prone. But that's pretty much the stats. Evans had 6 catches. Gronkowski had 6 catches. Welcome back, Gronkowski. Godwin had 6 catches. Fournette had 6 catches. You know, so Rob Gronkowski impact was very, very big. Very big for Rob Gronkowski. I'm just going over the stats, folks. Number 80 had 1 catch for 10 yards. Evans had 11 targets against he did good against James Bradbury. 11 targets. I told y'all he needs more targets. Gronkowski had 8 targets. Godwin had 6. So the Gronkowski presence was huge. Made a difference. A huge difference. Let's see. Defensively, the Bucs had 2 sacks. Gill and Nelson had a sack. Shouts out to Cam Gill. Shaq Barrett, man. Come on, man. They didn't do a pass rush thing. That got to work on that. Shouts out to Steve McLennan getting that interception. Mike Edwards doing your thing. I see you, man. That boy got some hands. Shouts out to Ryan Suckup, Bradley Pinion. So I just wanted to kind of run down them stats for y'all. You know, just ran down the stats, you know. All right, so let's get to it. let's hear from you guys. I'm gonna bring you guys on early. I've said enough yesterday. I don't need to keep talking. So the locker room is open. Let me get this clip here. We're gonna see who's gonna come on first. Let's get the locker room open right now. I'm not gonna say, I've done enough talking already. So let's get this locker room open and let's get these Pirates and Sea Bandits in here. Let's hear from you guys and what you guys think about the game. Let's just kind of keep it to the Giants game. Let's not talk about the next game ahead. Let's try to focus on this game. And what did you see that looked good and what needs to be improved? What what they did good, what they did bad, basically. So let's just get it started with what's going on, man. Thank you for joining the locker room, man. What the business is, word on the street.
Man, how's it going? How's it going?
Man, I'm here.
I feel you. Didn't really learn nothing from last night, to be honest.
Mhm.
Because the Bucs destroyed mediocre, the bad teams at home. Only thing I worry about with this team is against the good teams. And until they play well against a good team, they're like the Oklahoma Sooners in my eyes.
Oh,
You play good, you mediocre teams, but when the good teams come up, you get slapped across the face. The thing what I think people miss, it's great emotionally bringing the same guys back, everybody back. Maybe you shouldn't have brought everybody back. I know people love Shaq Barrett, but is he worth that money they sent him, paid him?
no.
What has he done so far this year?
We got 5.5 sacks, I believe. I think he got 5.5.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's dominated. Can you remember a game he dominated so far this year? You can point to.
No, not really.
There you go. Because usually those defensive players have a game. Heck, even Vita Vea, he doesn't have the stats, but when he dominated, you can see it.
Mhm.
And I think what happens is what people don't understand, the pass rush is a bigger issue than the secondary because a good pass rush helps the secondary out. You got Deion Sanders, Darrell Green, back there. If you can't get a consistent pass rush of 4, it's not going to work. Your secondary going to have problems no matter how healthy they are. But I do think it's a good team. I hate the fact that Brady's throwing so much when he doesn't have to. They were behind like that. Why is he throwing 46 times? You opening yourself up to hits. And because all you need is like Leonard, one of those Giants pass rushes just to get by. I think it was Leonard Williams still on that team. What if he got by, hit Brady real good? I just think that when you playing a bad team with a bad quarterback, run the ball. Get that stuff going. Get those guys some confidence in there. You already won the game. We don't need a goose to Brady's MVP numbers. He's either going to win it or he's not.
Right.
And, but like I said, I didn't learn nothing. This team's going to be in the playoffs. They're going to win the division. You got the Panthers trotting out Cam Newton, who throws bounce passes out there. The Falcons are dead. The Saints keep Taysom Hill for some odd reason. You got to worry about Bucs fans making the playoffs.
I told you that.
Yep. Because, here's the thing. You got to look at it. The Rams are a bad matchup because those guys run after the catch. It's not the deep pass, it's the run after the catch. The Packers defense has improved. They are legit. They are improved. And I want people to think about that. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray stayed too banged up. They're a good team. We see what happens. But I don't know why people had the skies falling. That Trevor Siemian game was a fluke.
That was an awkward game, man. It was awkward.
It was a fluke. So if he's a starter when they play in December, the Bucs are going to maul them. Or especially if Taysom Hill's the quarterback. They going to maul them. You got nothing to worry. I think Bucs fans just worry too much. All you have to do is just get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happen after that.
Right.
But this was a bad team they played last night. It was bad.
They got issues at the top, man. They got some issues at the top, and that's not a real run organization. So I never. One thing I always tell my Pirates and my Sea Bandits, Bucks fans, I just don't judge the Bucks off of games like this. It's just hard for me to do that. It's like we going to the playoffs, so why are you judging the Bucks off the Giants? I mean, it's a win.
Yeah.
A win is a win. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not being a pessimistic or no. It's a win is a win. We're 7-3, but I look at the games that it's going to really give us an idea of what we're looking like going into the playoffs. And then because we're not playing the Giants in the playoffs, we're not playing the Dolphins and the Bears and the Eagles in the playoffs. We're not playing those teams in the playoffs. We're not playing those bottom shelf teams. We're not doing that. We're playing the teams like the Rams, the Packers, the Cardinals, the 49ers making a push, the Cowboys. We're playing those teams, the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? We're playing those. Those are teams that we got to deal with for real. Let's be honest. I don't care the record. They're 14-3, 13-4. I don't care. We got to deal with the better teams.
Yeah,
Giants
and
don't tell me nothing.
That's the one drawback in them drawing a second place schedule. And because iron sharpens iron. Because when you play those schedules, you know what you got to work on. Against the Giants, you can get by with some stuff. It actually worked out though because of all the injuries they had. Mm-hmm. So it kind of worked out in their favor on that one. But when you measure yourself by the things, because you go work on stuff and habits get exposed when you play against a better. Like this week, I'm gonna beat the Colts. I know Carson Wentz only thrown so many picks. If they get a pass rush on Carson Wentz, it's game over because he will make I'm talking about awful decisions. But if they let Jonathan Taylor run on them and control that line like Washington did, the Bucks are in for a long night.
They can run the ball, but we ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna go there yet. I'll say that for tomorrow.
But I had to throw that out there in case I didn't get in. But but the one thing that also concerns me, everybody talks about Devin White's blitzing. You don't want your middle linebacker being a blitzer all the time like that. Mm-hmm. You should be able to get your pass rusher for that. Devin White blitz should be like a special thing, not all the time like they're doing. And I think maybe you put Tryon in some more because JPP is beating the hell up. You got to put him. Yeah, he's a good player. He's learning because what people don't realize, young pass rushers, they usually get by on speed, athleticism. When you get to the league, you got to use your hands. You got to have more technique. So it's going to take him time to live up to that billing, but he can see it with them. Mm-hmm. Offensive line is big time. But Gronk helps Brady out so much because he trusts Gronk. He trusts AB. The one reason he and Mike Evans, Mike still gets numbers, but he may not get those targets. And it's not Mike's fault because how God made him. He's so big, he's not going to be a precise route runner. And Brady like those precise routes because you round off a route and don't running right, that's a pick. And so Mike Evans is a 50-50 guy. Brady is not a 50-50 thrower to a quarterback. Mm. Winston is, and when you do that, it's better for worse sometimes.
41 interceptions. 41 interceptions between Winston and Mike Evans. 41. That is a lot thrown to one receiver.
Yep. And so Brady's like, it's kind of like with Dak Prescott and Dez Bryant at first. Romo will throw it up. Dak didn't. So, but Godwin underneath the slot, he gets open in that slot. Brady gonna throw it to him. So you see who Brady has the most trust in by how they play. Because when AB's out there, AB is top target when he's out there. Godwin's number 2. Evans, he gets Evans. But I just want people to pay attention to that. And I just think, again, my last thing, run the ball. Because once you up on these bad teams, you run it. And or if you're going to throw it, put some of those younger receivers in. Just let them get some run. You're going to throw it. Because I just believe it's that you don't need to goose this man MVP stats up. You won the game. You only threw like 2 touchdowns. It's like he threw 5. And I just think that 46, because people got to understand, Tom Brady's 44 years old. That means your arm's 44. You got to save those throws. You got an extra game. You may go to some cold weather. So I just think that people got to understand, don't worry about those numbers. You need to stack wins, play good ball. And and get there and make it to the playoffs.
Right.
Appreciate that. I'll let you get other people. Hey, you have a happy Thanksgiving, good brother.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you for the super chat. ALG335 for the $5 one time for the online. Salute to you.
Hey, you guys have a Thanksgiving out there.
And happy Thanksgiving to you, man. I'll be back on tomorrow, so we're gonna talk about the Colts game. So don't worry, we good on that. I'll be back tomorrow.
All right, we got to keep up the good work, good fellas.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was good, man. He dropping some knowledge for y'all guys. I hope y'all paying attention, man. It's sometimes it's not always about stats. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just about getting confidence to the guys and getting out that game healthy. Mike Evans was kind of lipping around. 46 times is quite a bit. And yeah, he's playing great. MVP, top 5 MVP candidate. But that arm, he is 44 years old. You do want to save some reps. It's like a pitcher count, right? You want to, we could beat the Giants. We good on that. Well, you don't need to throw the ball 46 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, put them on the pitcher count for games like that. Now next week, Colts and then we got the Bills. You got to step that up a little bit, but you got to throw the ball that many times. We'll see though. Anyway, we got well. Long time no see. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hiya.
What's up?
Long time no see. Welcome back to the locker room.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. What you got for us?
Okay. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Is it Tobias?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I agree with what pretty much everything that he said as far as, we don't really need Tom Brady throwing the ball 46 times. I mean, we can counteract that with the run. But we all know Byron Leftwich, don't really like to run the ball that much for some odd apparent reason. Yeah. And the reason I say that is because I think what became so pivotal in our team last year, especially when we went on a run, is that we utilized Fournette and Rojo. Like, we had that 1-2 punch. So we're tiring out the defense by putting in 2 different guys. And, in the Washington game, I don't even think Rojo even played. So to see him be able to get some carries, I think that he's slowly working his way into that, especially when BA called him out and said that, it's a reflection of the coaches as much as it is on the players.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, it's baffling to me sometimes. And also, speaking about the defense, I have my own YouTube channel, but I spoke on it sorry, I'm babysitting. I spoke on it too, that, with this defense, like, seeing what they can do and what they're capable of to seeing how they play, is it more Todd Bowles than it is the players? Because our pass rushers, I mean, we're paying them all this money, but JPP only has 2.5 sacks, and I understand that he's hurt, but what kind of scheme are you doing? Like, why would you not put, Anthony Nelson or Joe Tryon in, just to mix it up a little bit, some different packages? And I noticed he did that in the game Monday night. And if you noticed, they did not call Ross Cockrell's name. Why is that? Why is that? Because they put Mike Edwards in the game. Because I'm not saying that Cockrell is a bad player, but in the summertime they switched him to a more safety role than they did a nickel role. Because if he plays in the nickel, he's not fast enough to cover anybody in the slot, and he doesn't have that makeup speed to make up for it. We've seen that in the Cowboys game. We've seen it in the Saints game, and it became a liability. Mm-hmm. So, and Mike Edwards does something that, I mean, Anton Winfield, I think he only had 1 last year, or maybe 2. But Mike Edwards has the best hands in our
always
in our
around
safety.
the ball. Yeah, he's always around the ball. Like,
always. And remember that Saints game, 2 back-to-back interceptions, and took it for the house. Yep. So I said that when we play teams like this, you should expect them to win. It shouldn't be like the Washington game where it's like, oh my God, they lost. How could they lose? Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and then, now it's like, oh, Father
Yeah,
Time showing up, everything
sky's
like that.
falling down.
Oh my gosh, just so dramatic. But yeah, and I said that you know, it's just crazy. Like,
But you made a key
oh,
point though. I want to get back to this Mike Edwards thing. Mike Edwards, his cover skills, his ball skills, I would say probably the best on the team. I mean,
it is.
am I reaching for that? I
No, I
mean,
mean, Jamel, like as big and tall as he is, he just doesn't have the hands. You know, Sean, we know he does, but he's been hurt, so I didn't really expect him to get a pick.
mhm.
Last game, and he actually played pretty well coming back
Yeah,
from an injury, so
he
I'll
did.
give him that. Carlton, he's just shut down. I don't think anybody even really throws over there,
Right.
but when he's had the opportunity, he has had, he's been able to make plays, and it's just the thing about it's just the defensive line to me.
Okay.
That's really the main concern is that even without VFA, they did good, but they're going up against a very good offensive line. I, for one, I wouldn't say that I'm impressed by the team because I'm not.
Hmm.
They cleared up some stuff I think they should as far as penalties go. I mean, we still had a bit of a penalty problem, but
Hmm.
I think that most people don't realize is that last year they were the most penalized team before the Bears game.
Yep.
And you know how the Bears game ended. And then they cleaned that up. And that was the same thing this year, but they were winning in spite of that. So it's almost like, okay, that doesn't matter. It doesn't play a factor. But we've seen it in the Saints game. We've seen it in the Washington game where, yes, this is something that affects us. And the difference is that, you know, after the Chicago game, we had a bye week
Hmm.
and then we went on the run.
Right.
Whereas this time, we were in the bye week, we came out, and we still looked the same.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird game. That was I don't understand that game plan. I don't. I went back and looked at it. That game plan was so awkward. Like,
Yeah. And it's almost like they had the same problem as the Saints game because remember in the Saints game, and I said this too, I have no problem saying it, but the reason we lost to me, I wouldn't put it solely on the defense. It's because Brady gave it over 3 times. And, he kind of looked like it's almost like the positions flip or like the game's on the line. And you know that if Jameis is in the game and he played for us, you're like, the pick six is coming. And it was like Tom Brady turned into Jameis Winston in that moment. And then like
I
after the
did.
game, he was like, oh man, like, we had Mike open. And then in the Washington game, it was like I look back at the film, like he was open like 6 times. He just never took those chances. He just, throwing to the running back.
Yeah,
So
a
I
lot.
think that, I don't know what's going on with them as far as that, but
I would say, remember go back a few games ago when I said around the that little stretch we had the Dolphins, the Eagles, and the Bears. I was like, look, we won't know this team until halfway through the season and what kind of direction we kind of going in. So here we are, pretty much at the midpoint. 10 games, 7 games left. And the Bucks are obviously a playoff team. And I told people back then, I said, don't be too quick to judge the Bucks and scream Super Bowl because there's still a lot of games to be played. And based on what I've seen, the bad teams versus the good teams, we still got a lot of work to do against the good teams because
right,
those are the only teams that's going to be in the playoffs. There won't be no Dolphins, there won't be no Bears, there won't be no Eagles, there won't be no Giants. So
right,
you're not going to have the luxury of making mistakes in the playoffs because we're going to the playoffs regardless. We're winning the division. We're going. It's just a matter of where we're going to be seated at. So people got to really understand. Don't get too caught up in the media thinking that because we beat the Giants, everything's all good. That's not
oh
how it
no, it's
works.
not. It's far
It's
from
not.
good.
Yes.
And the main thing I noticed too, I don't know if people caught on, but like in the during the preseason time, Vita Vea had a press conference. He said, "Oh yeah, with this defense, we're just trying to improve on communication." And that became a red flag to me because I'm like, you guys went on a 6-game winning streak. You won the Super Bowl. You put on the best defensive performance, and you need to work on communication. And if you have looked at the games before the bye week, you can see that it looks like some of them. I mean, I know we had injuries, but
Mhm.
especially on the defensive line, Levante and Devin be pointing to like the defensive players, like, no, this was supposed to be your position. This was supposed to be your gap. On the last drive of Washington, when they scored that touchdown and the running back run it in, Levante was pissed off because he was like, look, no, this is where you're supposed to be. And I don't know why they have that communication problem.
Remember
If
now,
they have,
keep in mind, this is year 3 in his system. Year three. This ain't, no, we're just learning the Todd Bowles system. It was 2019,
right,
2020, and here we are in 2021. You got communication issues. Like,
exactly.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's going on? You know what? You want to read that super chat?
Why does everyone think we played well? Penalties on crucial plays on offense and defense, then multiple field goals isn't championship football. Here's my response to that. I'm not saying that we played well. I think we took a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we still do need to clean up penalties, but we won in spite of penalties, which means that those penalties didn't hurt us in the long run.
Right.
Field goals, those are mainly just, to me, Byron Leftwich, because that's one of my main problems with him. Like, you're in the red zone and you want to pass 3 times. Like, I don't understand that. There's no reason to. First of all, you're up like 10, 17 points. Okay? At this point, I even told my dad this when we were watching the game last night. Try to run out the clock. The defense is already been tired. Hurt them some more. Take some time off the clock. But to me, I think the crucial part of this team is going to be about halftime adjustments for both Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shouts out to Mark Ross with this $10 super chat.
Yes, thank you, Mark.
You make some good points too, because the Bucks have a tendency to play half games. They have this. First half is pretty good, and the second half is like, what's going on here? And sometimes we'll play, good in the first half, bad in the second half, bad in the first half, good. It's like, where is the complete game 100% from quarter 1 to quarter number 4 when it hit 0? It's
Right.
like you can actually come on here and be like, that is a good victory. Now we have a chance to do that, and I'll talk about that tomorrow against the Colts, who is winning a lot of games now. So that will be a really good victory for the Bucks, but I'll get into that more tomorrow. And I'm actually that's going to be a good conversation. Same time, same place, right on here in StreamYard. That game is going to let us know, since, I guess the last team said the Rams. The Rams was the last, I guess, official playoff team, because the Colts are in the playoffs right now, and I don't count the Saints. They're about to fall apart, so they got too many injuries. They got way too many injuries.
Do you think they're gonna do like the Mariota and the Taysom Hill duo now?
Taysom Hill, Trevor Siemian is still a starter right now, and I live in New Orleans, so I don't know. That's a weird situation with Taysom Hill getting that money, and
which is dumb to me.
Trevor Siemian is still the starter, and Saints fans are all crazy about it. But the Saints and with Taysom Hill, that's a weird situation. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. What's the obsession with Sean Payton and Taysom Hill? If you're gonna pay him gadget money, that's cool. But $40 million?
I mean, but it hasn't taken them to a Super Bowl,
Right. Like, I mean, it's really 22.5 guaranteed, but the infatuation, and it's like 95. It can escalate with $55 million extra, which will come to 95 total if he becomes a quarterback. I'm like, they still.
But this is what I tell Saints fans. I'm like, Sean Payton doesn't believe in Taysom Hill like you think he does. Because when Drew Brees got hurt, why wasn't he playing majority of the snaps? He didn't put the game in Taysom Hill's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like he would Drew Brees. But, I will say this about the team. I didn't know, remember last year, they weren't good in primetime games. Mm-hmm. They're undefeated in primetime game this year. And they're undefeated at home.
No, the Rams. Well, okay. When you say prime time, I mean, you talking about the time of the game, or you talking about the actual game itself?
The time of the game.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Obviously.
just saying,
Not.
you know.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna be impressed until we beat like a top 10 team. Like when the Bills come to town,
Yeah,
that'll be a true
oh
test.
man,
That'll be a true test for me.
Yeah, because the Bills are
Um,
ready. They're ready. I mean, yeah, they 6-5 right now, or 6-4, something like that. But they still good. You know, that's kind of like a that can give us a test on like, all right, we good. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, you know, our
And
first test.
the run defense, I felt did an improvement because if some people didn't notice the past 3 games, they've actually had teams run the ball pretty well, even
Oh
before
yeah,
the Washington game. And I'm like, dang, that's weird. Like Vea's in there, Sue's in there, Golson's in there.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's
We know
just it's
we
very
still got
weird to me.
so we got 7 games left. We got, you know, and I'll get more into this in as videos come on around. But the Colts, Bills, Saints, and the Panthers twice. That's 5 more games. That's kind of like, all right, you know,
Oh,
that's
the Panthers. I'm gonna pray for the Panthers fans. I feel bad for them.
I would.
I feel bad for them.
Their defense is legit. Their defense is
No,
legit.
I'm not worried about their defense. It's their offense that's the problem.
Yeah, it's gadgety gadgety. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a gadgety gadgety offense. You know, now Cam Newton's running the show. They got they hype right now. They might be by the time we play them, they might be over 500. You know, look at their schedule.
Well, even this, like, I looked at the seeding today, and like, I think the Falcons are what, the 7th seed?
No, they are no, they it's so it's the Cardinals, the Packers, the Bucks, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Saints, and the Vikings, then the Saints. And then
Oh.
right outside of that, it's the 49ers, the Falcons, 49ers, Panthers, then the Falcons.
Wow. Oh, wow. But for some reason, you notice that like football's been like really weird. Like
This
teams
whole season. It's whole
teams
season.
that when the Bills played the Jaguars, they lost, and then like the Dolphins beat the Ravens,
The Titans
which I
beat-
you know
The Titans
I
lost to
told
the Texans.
yeah I told a friend of mine who's a big Lamar Jackson fan. I said, look, buddy, you know, I'm not knocking Lamar Jackson. Obviously, he's talented, but you're not gonna go to a Super Bowl with him if he can't stand in the pocket and deliver.
Okay.
And he just wants to run all the time. Like, he's not gonna go that far.
No, his passing, he's top 10 in a lot of passing categories. Now, it's not like he's not throwing the ball this year. I want to make sure you understand that. Now, he's improved quite a bit in that area. It's hard. It's actually harder to stop him now than when he first got in the league, because now he's actually throwing the ball more consistent now. So I'm just saying, I've been watching the games.
Okay, I haven't watched any Baltimore games. So.
Yeah, I see. I watch I'm like the Marvels watcher.
No.
I'm
only like I only watch the Bucks. The only time I watch other teams if it's just like Sunday Night Football or like the Bucks aren't playing, then I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, I'm the watcher, man. All the stories of my home.
But I feel like I took too much time up.
Look,
so
you ain't been in here a long time, so I let you rock. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been here a long time.
Okay.
You want to do a plug? You want to plug your
YouTube?
show? YouTube?
Okay, yeah. So you can find me on YouTube, Bucket with Your Girl, capital B, capital I, capital G. I'm also on Instagram with the same name. So if you guys ever want to check it out, you guys can hit me up on Instagram. I do respond to messages. It's a little hard right now because I'm in school and at work, but I'll try to get to you as fast as I can. I actually just did a IG live recap because I wasn't going to be able to film a video in time because work was hard, man. Kids.
Life.
No, kids.
Okay.
Like, oh my gosh.
It's okay.
All day. That's yeah. But I'm going to try to do like, go to some tailgating events.
Okay.
If you guys ever want to meet up.
There you go, guys. Make sure you follow on IG and YouTube, man. She gave y'all the plug. Go check her out. She knows a lot. Don't sleep on her now.
Oh, no, please don't.
Don't test her. She'll get you.
But I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me on.
Bless. You have a well. Actually, I'll be on tomorrow. So, but if I don't see you tomorrow, have a happy Thanksgiving with you and your family and your friends. So, stay safe out there.
You as well. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Yeah. See, she made a lot of great points. I let her rock. I let Maya rock, because she hasn't been in the locker room in a long time. So when you haven't been in the locker room in a long time, I let you rock for a little minute because people want to hear you. You know, they want to hear what you got to say, and she puts out some great points. And if you notice the trend here, how impressed can you be with the Bucks beating the Giants? It was kind of like it's kind of like one of those games. Just like, yeah, okay, we won. Okay, we did some things great. Okay, we can work on that, but it's almost like you're kind of ready for the Colts and Bills game, right? It's kind of like, let's get to the good games, and no, and every team in the NFL is good. Every player is good because when you get to that level, you got to be good. That's only that's like the 2% of men in the United States that get to that level. So no disrespect to any NFL football player, you know what I'm saying? When you make it to that level, you're the top 10, top 1% of men in that sport. So shouts out to all the NFL players, but let's be real. When you get to that level, there's a gap. Bad teams and okay teams and good teams and great teams, right? And the Giants team, they're not good. They're a bad team. That's an ugly team. It's just the way they set up at the top. They're ugly. So the Bucks beating the Giants is like, okay, it's almost like, I hate to say it like this, but okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what's next? Like, the game wasn't really, it didn't challenge the Bucks. So we're going to get some challenge next week. We're going to get challenged in the next couple weeks. Matter of fact, go look at the schedule. We're going to get challenged the next couple weeks. So there will be a difference between the Joe Judge and the Frank Wright and the Sean McDermott and the Sean Payton, even the Matt Rule. There will be a big difference versus the Bucks beating the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get overly hyped. Be satisfied with the victory, but just understand the bigger picture here. Forward thinking. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. We got another super chat. Mark Ross shouts out to you with another super chat with the $5 one time for the online. Okay. Exactly. That's why I said big mistakes against awful team shouldn't happen. Secondly, why don't we motion more? Brady loves that for reads. So the mistakes, as you can see, in the games that matter, all games matter, but the big games, the more important games, you can't make those silly mistakes because the better teams will capitalize pretty much 70 to 80% of the time. We've seen that, right? Or the better coach teams. How about, I'm gonna say that. Not just a good team, but the better coaching team, the better coached teams, the McVays, the McDermotts, the Sean Paytons, you know what I'm saying? Like those teams that's the Mike Tomlin, those teams that got some sense on their staff. They got guys that understand the game, how to coach the position, put a good game plan together, the Andy Reeds, the Matt LaFleur's, the Belichick's. You can't do that against those teams. You're not going to just run through everybody. Running through the Giants is like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get a test next week against the Colts. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. And also the motion, why we don't motion more. I think they kind of holding things back. I don't know. It's just me, but it looks like Byron Leftwich is not really exposing the playbook. They're going with what's easy for them to work with against how teams are playing them. Remember, teams are playing the Bucks with a cover 2 shell now. They're playing the Bucks just like they play the Chiefs. The Bucks and the Chiefs are built similar offensively. The Chiefs are more faster and more explosive. Let's be honest. I mean, look, I know. I'm just saying both offenses are really explosive, but the Chiefs are more explosive, more faster, right? They got more faster guys. You know what I'm saying? So, to defend the Bucks and the Chiefs, you play cover 2 shell, and you force the ball in the middle of the field, and you make the tackles. You make them throw screens, the wide receiver screens, the running back check downs, throw the ball over the middle, and hopefully the Bucks or the Chiefs make a turnover or make a mistake. or hold them to it because you know Mahomes and Brady, they're gonna get theirs, right? It's hard to stop those quarterbacks. Two different type of quarterbacks, but you know what I'm saying. So that's how teams are playing. Now the Chiefs done kind of figured it out. And in yesterday's game, the Bucks kind of figured it out. They tried to do it against the Washington football team, but they couldn't get the whole grasp. But the Giants, you see the game plan. You know, just 46 times, but a lot of those throws were. And Mahomes had to do the same thing. Had to check it down more. You know, I understand you want to throw the deep balls, but you know, just check the ball down. So that's what's happening with the Bucks and the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, by the way, have won 4 in a row. Adjustments, adjusting, and that's what Byron Leftwich got to do. Look, the plays are going to be there to be made, but just adjust. That's all. Don't overthink this. Don't make it harder than what it is. You know, I think Leftwich kind of holding it back because they basically ran the same offense they ran against the Washington football team. Just the Washington football team is better coached, and they got a better D-line and better players, you know, and more disciplined players. That's Ron Rivera coach team. They're very disciplined. Joe Judge team is just, or Patrick Graham, you know, that defensive coordinator for the Giants is just awful. Like, you know, the Giants wasn't bad. It just, their head coach just don't know what he's doing, you know. But with our 3 losses, you know, McVay, Sean Payton, and Ron Rivera, look at those 3 coaches. Very, very, very good coaches. You know what I'm saying? Despite what you say about any one of those 3 coaches, they're good. Ron Rivera is very stern, very disciplined, attention to detail. Sean McVay, who coached under defensive coordinator for the Panthers when Ron Rivera was the head coach. McDermott was on the Eagles staff. So, you know, Steve's back, you know, they've been around for a minute. You know, Sean Payton, we know about him, dominated the NFC South. He's a very good top 5 coach. So look at the games we lost, you know, and look at the games we barely won, right? The New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, we escaped that game, top level coach, you know, and Mike McCarthy, whatever, you know, I guess you can call him good, but we escaped that game. So look at the games that when we faced really good coaches, and then look at the games when we played coaches that were Brian Flores, Joe Judge, Matt Nagy, Nick Sirianni, Arthur Smith. You feel me? You know, like, how much stock can you put into those coaches? You know, so, but yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. We got another person coming up in here. Buck Skull Gang.
What's up, Buck Stalker? What's up?
I'm chilling, man. What you got, man? What you got?
Man, I got a lot of stuff, man. It was crazy. That was the Bucks win was the win for the Bucks was not a happy win, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'm not happy about the win, but I'll take it. But that's not a great win. That was just a basic win, basic game. It was not really a game. I knew we was gonna win, but that game we should never. We could have had more points in that game. We could have had a lot more points. We could have had at least 50 in that game.
Well, 50 is not common in the NFL. That's kind of a
We could have had if it wasn't for those field goals. If you didn't get a one interception, you know, more drives we've been taking. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but look at this. You could, man, those penalties. We cannot win games without penalties.
No, okay. It's hard to do that, I guess. Well, against better teams, it'll hurt
But
us.
I don't know why our defense. Do you think there's bad calls by the ref, or do you think, or does ref just being biased this year? There's refs.
It's not just our games. It's across the league. I watched all the games. I kind of keep track of everything, and there's been some horrible calls, man. It's not just the Bucks.
Yeah, and you know what else? Why is the Bucks not using the Super Bowl playbook when we won last year? Why are we not using our playbook we did from last year's playoff and the defense? Why are we not using the same playbook?
My
Are we waiting?
opinion, I just think that they haven't really, unleashed the actual. Because I mean, and Brown is missing. Gronkowski been missing for a while, so you got to get those guys back. Those guys in sync.
you still can't use it though with the pieces we have. We still can't.
No, no, not to the full, not to a full extent, not to its potential. You know.
Mm-hmm. Do you think? But do you think Bashar Pyramid can take the next step this week, man? How about Darling? You think Darling will get more snaps this week? About no AB?
Scotty Miller probably will be back, so I think Perriman will probably be gone.
You think so?
If Scotty Miller come back, I mean,
Yeah. How about he'll be third and who'll be four? Who's gonna be the fourth?
you got Johnson. You know, Tyler Johnson's right there.
You think he'll be better than Pyramid? You think he'll be better or Darling?
I mean, if Perriman stay on the team, he'll be a number 5 or 6.
Yeah. Okay. Man, how about Vita Vita? Do you think we need Vita for this game for the Colts, or you think we should just rest him? Do you think we should rest Vita? Not rush him back?
The Colts game, they run the ball a lot too.
Yeah, we should need him. How about Sherman? I think we can wait. And I think Carlton and Davis might play, I heard.
Yeah, Sherman will be out another week or two. So
how about Carlton Davis and the other cornerback we have?
Carlton Davis should be back in next week or we got some guys coming back, so that's good.
Do you think? Did you hear about AP? He got released from the Titans. I heard today. I guess I heard AP wants to come to the Bucks. Will he really get his wish, or what? AP.
No.
He wants a ring though.
Go to the Rams.
That's true. They could use a running back. You're right about that. They could actually use a running back for real. But what I really want to say, man, those penalties were killing us. The football team could have won that game. Saints game, hit a Devin White was roughing the pasture. That was a call.
I'm sorry. Hello. Okay. So it looks like his connection went bad. Oh, what's going on, DSG Carlos?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What the business is? Word on the street?
Look, so I mean, it's great to be on here. It's my first time.
Oh,
So,
well, welcome to the locker room. First time, man. Hey, look, man, the locker room is
yeah, I
cool,
mean,
man.
I've been watching you for a while, but yeah, this is my first time.
All right, well, I'm glad you had the the chance to come on here and the floor is yours, man. What you got?
Well, I mean, I feel like my main concern with the team is it's been like consistent for a while. It would be the special teams.
Oh, that's a new one.
Because, I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous, man. Look, the locker room, we all friends, man. We all family. We've been doing this for 4 years now. So anybody that's new that come on here, man, look, we good over here.
Right. But yeah, why I say special teams is because, things like on offense and defense, like penalties and play calling, all of that stuff can be fixed.
Yeah, true that. So what is specifically that you don't like about the special teams? What's the concern?
I don't know if it was like a punt return or kick return on the last game with the Giants, but when there was one time where Darting was just left by himself, and there was like 3-4 Giants defenders like on him, and it was right behind the 20. I don't know if you know which return I'm talking about.
I think that was in the second or third quarter. I think if I'm not mistaken. He got hit pretty good too.
Yeah, and it's just it's like even with Mickens and with Darden and who we had last year, what was it? I forgot what his name was.
We had Mickens. Scotty Miller went back there a few times last year too. But this year we had Mickens and Darden so far.
Right.
I heard they was gonna maybe start using AB back there sometimes, but that hasn't came to fruition yet, obviously. But our coverage, our punt return and kick return teams have been underwhelming for years, man. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you look at other teams that have great special teams like the Saints, the
Mm-hmm.
Patriots, all of them who can get teams behind the 20, behind the 15, behind the 10,
Mm-hmm.
who
I
can
mean,
who can get great returns, and it's just
well, I'm glad you pointed this out because there's three phases to the game.
right,
Offense, defense, and special teams. And if you had to pick a unit that really don't stand out, it's the special teams. To be honest with you, I mean, they just don't really. I mean, Pinion makes good punts, and Ryan Suckup is making his kicks.
right,
Most of his kicks, but the return units just don't give us a spark. They
yeah,
just don't. They don't do anything.
and it's very rare if we actually get like a decent return past the 25 or past the 30. And there's been a lot of times where we've had to start like behind the 15, behind the
Mm-hmm.
10, and it's just and and if we get the 3 and out and we have to punt, the other team gets a great field position, and it doesn't help that penalties from the defense, and and that's basically just what my main concern with the team is, because
So
problems on the offense and problems on the defense, all that stuff can be fixed.
I would say this about the special teams and my concern. At some point, and we're going to need the special teams at some point, and I mean specifically for the return unit, right? The
Right.
punt return and the kick return. One of these games, just one of these games, maybe 2 or 3 more. Because we got 7 games left. I just would like to see a good return, just a good punt return, a good kick return. You'd be like, oh, because Darden had one a couple games ago,
Yeah.
but I just want to see like averaging 30, 32 yards a return for one game. You know what I'm saying? For kickoff, and a punt return averaging like 10 to 12 yards a return. Just we got to get some yards from that unit. Like, it's a part of the team. It's part of the game,
Yeah.
So I understand.
Yeah. It's complementary football.
Right.
Basically, is what it is.
Understand.
There's 3 phases of, you want to see each part of the team do their part.
Right. And special
And
teams, the return units just don't.
yeah, not the kicking is, from suck up and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. It's the return unit. It's just like, where's the blocking at? Do y'all understand the
yeah,
schemes? Keith Armstrong is the special teams coach. I'm not a big fan of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So he's underwhelming to me. Whenever Keith Armstrong, whatever you're doing, it ain't working.
right. And it's just like, I'm just, I'm saying, like, not many people like mention it, or like I don't really see many Bucks fans talk about the return, like the
No.
return unit. It's always, the offense and the defense and coaching.
Yeah, it's like it's sitting over there like, don't forget about us. Yeah, we forgot about you. I mean, we know it's there. We know it's there. It just we don't expect anything from it.
Right. But it's just, it's
that's all they do. I mean, just catch a punt, catch a kickoff
right.
return. Yeah, all right, cool. I
And
understand your frustration. Look, I understand your look. I remember the Carl the Truth Williams, Clifton Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember those guys back in the day returning those punts, man, and doing something with it. Jaquez Green. I mean, we had some guys, that made something happen. And look, man, I've been harping about the return units for years, man. It's like we don't get anything out of it.
yeah. And it sucks because it's just been something that's just been consistent. It's just consistent and being inconsistent.
Yeah, right. Consistent being inconsistent, or consistent and being a non-factor. They really
Yeah.
are. Like we don't get anything out of the return units. We really don't get anything out of them at all. It's like, I mean, teams do punt the ball. They do kick the ball off. I mean, God.
Yeah, and it's just basically it's just, it'd be nice if we could improve. Yeah, it's just I just want to see them just return it to like maybe
The 50.
yeah, we haven't had like a return touchdown.
Sure. It's been, how many years it's been? The last one we had was 2000. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta look that up. Goodness gracious. Who was the last? Matter of fact, let me ask my power Steve Bandits. Who was the last return? Who the last got a return touchdown for the Bucks? It's been some years. What, 2010? 9? Bobby Rainey? Was it? No, it wasn't Bobby Rainey. It wasn't Bobby Rainey. It was Was it Clifton Smith? Somebody Bobby Rainey.
This ain't about man.
So is it? So it was Bobby Rainey that returned the kick for a touchdown? I thought it was Clifton Smith or Carter Truth Williams. Somebody mentioned it in a second, but yeah, I mean, well, look, we got 7 games left,
Right.
and I'm telling you, and the day that it happens, the Sunday that it happens, or Monday, whatever, I want you to come on here and be like, I remember we talked about this. I'm telling you, the minute we have one of those returns to the 50 or to the opponent's 40, I want you to come on here and be like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah, I'll be here if it. I hope it happens. Do I expect it to happen? I don't know.
Wishful thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the Bucks return units are like, I'm a big fan of Marvel, so Marvel's What If, the Bucks unit, What If, it's like in a parallel universe in a different timeline,
Right.
But I'm not holding my breath for that though, I'm not holding my breath.
But
Man, anything else, man? It's your first time, so I mean, anything else you want to say?
I mean that was that was really my main concern was just the return unit. It's just been
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
Bobo Wilson. I remember him. he was all right though. He wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, if the Bucks are looking for another special teams coordinator, I might give it a try.
Hey, it can't get no worse than Keith Armstrong.
Yeah, I mean,
God, he's horrible. In my Canelo voice, horrible. Oh, Michael Spurlock. That's who it was. 2007. Michael Spurlock? No, it can't be that. It can't be that long. Michael Spurlock?
dang, that was.
Dang.
Jeez.
That was during Raheem Morris's. That was Raheem Morris's last year.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that was Raheem Morris's last year. Dang, Michael Spurlock. Oh Lord, we gotta hurt. But look, the Bucks have always had one of the worst special team units in general. Since 2009, they've been ranked like 30, 31, 32. Like they're horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I mean, at this point, we're just hoping we can make it past the 30.
You're right, man. Just get past the 30. Like that's pretty much standard. If you let the ball hit the end zone, you go to the 30 anyway, right?
Pretty
25.
much.
Yeah. So I mean, like
It was like the 25. Yeah.
25. Yeah. Just get to the 25, man. It's cool.
And it's just and I guess that's like a huge reason why we drafted Darden.
Right. I mean, he's had one so far. He's had one. I need to see more though. I need to see more. So we'll
I don't
see.
know, what was it during the preseason?
No, it was this. It was a couple games
was?
ago. He got to like the 45 or almost to the 50. It was a good return. Good return. Oh,
Yeah,
it was
because-
Clifton Smith. Clifton Smith. There we go. Clifton Smith was the one that did it. That was a while ago. Damn. But every other team can have one, but we can't get one. Golly, boy.
Yeah.
I hate it. I feel your pain, man. Trust me.
It's just. I mean, all I can say is it is what it is, but
I feel your pain.
But I mean, other than that, a win is a win. I guess,
Right.
It helps out the team, but it's just when it comes against better teams.
Well, what I'm noticing with everybody in the chat room or even come on here, the common thing I'm seeing is a lot of us are like, all right, you beat the Giants. All right, that's cool. Like, nobody's really like super excited with that victory, man. It's kind of like it's the
Yeah,
Giants.
I thought the score would be a lot closer than what it was,
Mhm.
but because for some reason we just played terrible in prime time. But well,
We'll play better this time. We play better this time.
yeah,
Play better. But we got a lot, 7 games left. A lot of games left. A lot of games. Got the Colts next. I'll be on here tomorrow talking about the Colts. So stay tuned for that video, man. Anything
yeah.
else you want to say?
Uh, no, that was basically it. Yeah,
Thank you for coming to the locker room, man. Now you feel better now. See, I had to let you rock
yeah,
for a little bit and let you kind of get comfortable. And it's as you can see, the locker room is spacious. It's spacious. Everybody over there, they dancing over there, they talking over there. The coaches over there. We all good. So
yeah.
thank you for
Yeah,
coming,
man.
man.
Thank you for having me on, man.
Pleasure's
Uh,
all mine, man. Feel free to come on in the locker room, man. Just make sure the locker room is open, man. Don't be scared, man.
yeah. All right. Well,
Said it,
it
DSG
was,
Carlos, man.
all right,
Salute to
man. It was
you.
good seeing you.
So that was his first time in the locker room. So y'all give him some love. He was a little nervous, but I kind of let him get comfortable and dialogue. Don't be scared of the locker room. For those of you that has never been in the locker room, it's okay. It's all good. Maya was in here, Tobias was in here, DSC Carlos was in here. Like Bucks Skull game was like it's cool, man. Like for those, you gotta try it one time. If you a pirate and a sea bandit, you got to try it at one time. One time. So if I'm calling you a pirate or look, every pirate and sea bandit needs to touch the locker room, needs to come to the locker room at least one time. If you a real pirate and sea bandit, you got to come to the locker room one time. You can't. You just that's the initiation right there. That's the initiation. So in order to be a pirate sea bandit, you got to come on one time, just one time, and you get your stamp of approval. You done been in the locker room. You done seen what it looked like. You done see how it felt. You done had a conversation with me for the first time. Because a lot of the people don't understand. Like us YouTube creators and YouTube video guys and vlogs, blogs, we don't meet a lot of our people in person or on video. We don't talk to them. We might kind of chat with them in the chat in the comment section, but we'll read their comments. But to get a face to face or a video face to face kind of in the new age world, to get a video chat with somebody that you watch a lot, it's pretty cool, man. Like I've watched this guy for a year or 2 or 3, and I had a video chat with him. It's a different feeling. And it's easy to have keyboard conversation. It's easy to have keyboard conversation, but getting on the platform like this, it ain't easy. As you can see, like public speaking skills, because remember, thousands of people watch this. Hundreds of people, thousands of people watch this. And public speaking is very underrated. And shouts out to all the YouTube content creators, man. This is not easy. Look, I'm a shy guy, but I had to kind of get over that and come on here and look. I've met people I've never met in person before through video. Now I've met them through video. I've met some people in person. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy, folks. If I can do it, I'm giving you the utmost confidence that you can do it. Because I've been a shy guy and I'm still a shy guy. If you don't believe me, you don't be around me like that. But I am a shy guy. Very shy, very conservative, nonchalant. But if you haven't touched the locker room, you got to at some point this season, next year, you got to touch the locker room at least one time. That way, everybody that comes see this channel can actually say, I've been in the locker room. I've been on stage. I've been up there with Buckles Locker, man. It's a different vibe, man. DSG Carlos, he got a chance to feel the vibe, and he was nervous at the beginning. And as you can see, it was like we was talking in person. Like he was standing right next to me, and we just talking about football. It get like that. But them first 30 seconds to a minute, it's a little nervous. But so yeah. Anybody else want to come to the locker room, man? I got a couple more minutes here to spare. before I go eat my tacos. I got blue shell tacos, by the way. Blue shell tacos from Trader Joe's. But I got my little locker room open for a couple more minutes to see if anybody want to come in here for the first time, or come on in. And that's if you've been here before. You want to come in here and rock for a little bit about the Giants and Bucks game. But I will be making a video tomorrow. So if you don't come on tonight, I'll be on tomorrow to talk about a really good game coming up next week or next Sunday. The Indianapolis Colts. And that game is going to be good. Good to talk about because the Colts are on a hot streak. Overall, the Colts are a 9-8, maybe 10-7 type team. They're like to me, they're like a 500 team because the defense is not super, super good. And their offense is not super, super good. But they got some playmakers, though. You know, they got some guys, secondary not that great. They got a nice linebacker, decent D-line. O-line solid, running back elite, receivers pretty decent, the quarterback, Frank Wright is a good coach, so yeah. So it looks like we might be done with the locker room tonight. So I guess we'll close down the locker room for tonight. We don't have anybody coming back in here right now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. We got one more. It's always somebody late to the locker room. Look at him taking a shower late. He was outside talking to somebody on the field. He would decide to come to the locker room when everybody trying to get on the bus and go home. What's going on, Guru, man?
What's up, man?
Look, word on the street what the business is.
Oh man, nothing, bro. I just got off, man, catching your program, bro. Like I said, listen to you all the time. I said, oh, my boy Live in my kitchen cooking up something right now. Let me let me hop on. But man, I just feel like, bro, I'm encouraged more than discouraged of what I saw last night. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it'll be something going forward that we can kind of build on top of this. Secondary, we still need some work. Here and there. I got to give it to the Giants, though, man. If they can get a line, they'll be a decent little young team, bro.
They got some weapons. They got some solid weapons.
I was telling my homie on Facebook, he a Giants fan, and he was Daniel Jones trash. I was like, the man been running for his life the past 2 years, and all they got is Saquon, and they gonna run him in the dirt. You know,
He stay hurt.
But man, I like what I saw from my linebackers. Devin White, man, it's like he woke up when we played last week against the football team, bro. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his first half of the season was not good for him, man.
Man, I kind of felt like, bro, some of our players had that Super Bowl hangover. You know what I'm saying? A few of them. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, I think we can build on top of this. Now, Richard Sherman, bro, waste of time.
Waste of time. I mean, his presence is needed, though. His presence is needed. Presence.
I think that's what we should just have him for. I don't even think
Why not?
I don't think he should be on the field, bro, because the man injury prone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Feel me? So I just feel like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he building this up. I mean, working himself back for the post.
Well, you got to think about it, right? And we've all been through this before. Your mind is there, but the body not.
The body, right? Correct. Yeah. He's in the back half of his career, man. What they call it, the twilight zone. So
32-year-old NFL cornerback. 32. Right. How many cornerbacks over 30 are still playing at a high level?
Is Malcolm Jenkins over 32? Mm-hmm. So
corners.
Yeah, right, yeah. Shoot, I can't none. You know what I'm saying? That I can say.
You got Casey Hayward Jr. You got Patrick Peterson.
Yeah,
I think Xavier Rose still playing pretty decent. So it ain't many.
Yeah.
It's a young man. That's a young man position.
Yeah, it is, bro.
That's a young man, but you got to run, baby. You got to run with them young boys. You can't. And Richard Sherman, he got his mind is there. His mind is there. It's just his body.
Absolutely, bro. I gotta give a shout out to the young legend Mike Evans, the franchise.
My guy. Yeah, my guy.
You know, bro, early on, I would criticize Mike so hard, but I gave him a shout out last night, but it wasn't because I was critiquing his game. I mean, obviously I was critiquing his game, but I always felt like, man, this dude got the potential to not only be a Buck great, but he can go to Canton. You know what I'm saying?
Is he not a Hall of Famer right now?
Oh no doubt. I'm talking about like year 2, 3 at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Early. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely, man. I knew when we drafted him, I said, yeah, Vince, God rest his soul, he gonna pass the torch to Mike.
Oh yeah, that was Vincent Jackson, man. RIH, man. Oh man, that's just caught me off guard. I was like, oh man, like a lot of people don't understand, like these football players, man, it's not just physical, but it's mental.
Right.
You know, we don't know what goes on outside of football with them. They're human beings. They're human. They're human just like us.
100%, bro. You know, matter of fact, I met Vince and I cried, bro, because Vince was my favorite player for a while until we drafted Chris. Chris, my boy, but yeah, man, I ain't gonna take too much of your time, bro. I just want to hop on, show you some love, my brother. Hey, man, I'm gonna get you on my show coming soon, bro. So I'm in email, bro, for sure.
Okay. So look, I know. So if you got a show, you can plug it in right here. I mean, you're right here.
Oh yeah, man, y'all check your boy out, man. Gurus Views Podcast, man. Find me on IG and Facebook, man. I'm in the process of building my YouTube channel now, but I've been professionally podcasting since about 2017. So y'all holler at me, man. Bucko's Locker, bro. I'm a huge fan, my brother. Can't wait to collab. We gonna do it in the city, man. All
right. Thank you, Guru, for coming in the locker room, man. Don't be late next time, man.
Nah, man.
Now you got to get in the shower. Hurry up, because we trying to get up out of here. You know.
All right, my brother. God bless you, bro.
Thank you, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you, man.
You too, bro. All right, bro.
So yeah, shouts out to Guru, man. He been watching he's been around for a long time, for some years now. And shouts out to everybody that's been around the locker room or been in the locker room for years, man. I really appreciate you guys sticking around with the channel, watching the channel grow. We've had a lot of fun here, and we got a lot more years to go. Look, I'm trying to be a veteran in the game. You know, a lot of people ask me to do podcasts. I haven't done a podcast yet. Maybe next year. Well, look, that's a whole nother story. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out to Bucko's Locker live stream, talking about the Bucks versus Giants. The Bucks are 7-3 now, 2 games in front of the Saints. Tomorrow's video will be about the Bucks versus Colts preview. So join me there around the same time, 7-8 o'clock. I'm gonna try to get these videos in kind of a little earlier, but videos will these lives will probably last about an hour and a half. So we're right in our window right now, a little over an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the locker room down. Everybody got to go. Finish up taking your shower, put your clothes on, your deodorant. Don't forget your socks. Hey, come on, man. Anyway, shouts out to all the Powers and Sea Bandits. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. And don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on the channel. And I appreciate all the donations. And I appreciate everybody coming on live with Bucko's Locker. With that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag, hashtag no risky, no biscuit, hashtag facts over feelings, hashtag bombs away, and hashtag what you doing, punt return, kick return team? Get it together. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.